Hey, how you going? I'm Kyle. I'm the founder of Ascension Mail, and today I'm going to run through abandoned checkout flow optimization. The video is going to be split into 4 parts, which can be seen here below: content, conditional and trigger splits, timing delays, and then flow filters. I don't cover the last 2 in depth in this video, simply because timing delays is pretty straightforward, and it doesn't really need an in-depth explanation. But flow filters, I've done a whole video on this called Abandoned Flow Synergy, and I'm going to talk more about that just at the end of the video. But we'll touch on the 2 most important ones here, content and conditional trigger splits, in a little bit of depth in this video. So we're going to start with the most exciting one, what to actually put in the flow. But first, we should probably understand why checkouts are abandoned. So 5 primary reasons you can see here: unexpected shipping costs, having to create an account, competitor research, payment security, and then pricing, as in looking for discounts or deals. So because of that, we want to make sure that these points are clearly addressed in our abandoned checkout sequences. And then also from a CRO perspective, you want to have that optimized on your site to make sure that these objections are handled. So I'm going to split the first section here into 3 subsections, which is just emails 1 through 3. However, effective abandoned checkout sequences can be as long as you require, so long as each email in the sequence is producing revenue. So you want to, ideally, just with a new business, start with 3 emails. But if you're making money in every email, you can add more in there. And then if the last email of the sequence is an offer upgrade that's better than your welcome offer, then you can push that further down the sequence so long as you remain profitable. So we can start to talk about content now. So email 1 of your abandoned checkout sequence, it should be simple, it should be relevant to what the customers actually have in their cart and what they've looked at. And then also, we don't need to include an upgraded offer. A significant chunk of your checkout abandons also come from customers who have simply just forgotten to purchase. And that's why it's important not to provide an offer until later in the sequence, because you'll unnecessarily give up margin, because a lot of these customers would have paid full price for the products anyway. So including like a 10% off in the first email, you're instantly losing 10% of your margin. So we can take a look at the first email from an account that's live currently, and I've also included the results for these emails below. So as you can see here, value proposition above the fold, the product that they were looking at, a CTA all above the fold. So within 7 seconds of them opening their email, they'll know exactly what it's about. They'll know that they've abandoned their checkout, and if they've just forgotten to purchase, they can click on the button and go straight to checkout and finish filling out their details. We've also got relevant copy here. So we talk about the wedges that are in their cart and that they were checking out, they're ready to buy, simply complete the purchase. We also included Klaviyo dynamic block here, which just shows all of the products that they had in their cart, a CTA below that, and then reach out to customer service if you need it, and then the value proposition again. So a really basic, simple email that's not heavily filled with social proof or benefit-driven copy. It's just, here's what you were doing, here's a reminder, go back and finish it. It produces results like this, right? So you can see 55-ish% open rates, 8% click-through rate, 5% placed order rate, nearly £2,000 produced for this one here. And then again, similar results over on this side, 55% open rate, 20% click-through rate, which is probably a little bit inflated because there's not a whole lot of volume in that there. So I would assume as the volume goes up, that click rate would probably come down a little bit, and it would be closer in line with the email from the most popular product. But again, placed order rates are similar, and £1,500 produced for this email here. It's important to have these separated, and we're going to talk about trigger splits and actually separating these emails, because we want the emails to be as relevant as possible, and to do that we need to be showing the product that the customers are actually looking at in the email. So these products are different. So when the customer opens up their email, if they were adding one product to their cart and then they see another, it's going to be less relevant to them and less personalized to them. So that's why it's important to include the trigger splits. But yeah, as you can see there, that's real results from an account from that exact email above. So the second emails in your sequences, as mentioned previously, for people who don't just need that reminder plus benefits and a bit of social proof, you'll want to actually start handling objections. So these objection handling emails should fill the space between that first email, which is the reminder, which we can see above, which has really good performance, and then your offer upgrade if you're offering an upgrade. So you want to test this and find what setup is most profitable for your business. But ideally, we want to have that offer as late in the sequence as possible, so long as the emails before it are generating revenue. So these objection handling emails, again, should be engaging with benefit driven copy, and then hammering in on those pain points as much as possible. So we also want to pile on more social proof through customers, news outlets, and trusted organizations, professional advocates, celebrities, etc. And then also free shipping thresholds. So if they upgrade their order to like X bundle, they'll qualify for free shipping. And we're going to talk more about this in conditional splits, but this one here has a lot of effect at increasing your AOV for each of your orders. So this client here, they have express worldwide shipping on all orders, but the customer has to pay for it. So that's a big objection that a lot of customers have. They're already paying a pretty high price for a product, and then they've got to pay shipping on top of that. So we wanted to handle this objection as early as we could in the sequence, and that's why we have this email here, right? So we made sure our shipping is fast. That means the cast milled wedge, so they're looking at where there's a bit of relevance here as well. So this is the product that they added to their cart. So the cast milled wedge you added to your cart could be in your hands in a matter of days, no matter where you are across the globe. So it's really focused on them getting their product in their hands so they can feel it. So not only that, we've included that's just us saying it, right? We need to be able to back that up with social proof. So that's why we included these reviews from the website, which touch on not only that, just proving that our claim is correct. It also includes a little bit of benefit about the product and some of the, so they can kind of look forward in creating that more desire, right? So kudos to Smithworks and FedEx for the fast response and shipping. Great wedge. I would suggest all who play for fun to purchase one. It'll make your game more enjoyable. Another review here. What great service. Shipping was fast. Wedges are a blast to play with and they perform as advertised. So fun to watch the balls dance around the green. Then we want to include their cart. Again, more relevance, showing them exactly what they had in their cart. It's their products. They're so close to getting them. And then we also included more proof about our claim, right? So if they don't want to believe us and they don't want to believe the other customers, we're linking them directly to FedEx's website. So we're telling them this is what we use. We use FedEx Express international shipping on all packages per FedEx's guidance. Here's 1 to 3 days. Products will be with you, and you can look at their website for that. And then we do say, however, we noticed some areas can be longer in some regions, but we wanted to include as much proof that our claim about their wedges being in their hands as soon as possible is true. And that's what this whole email is about, right? And we have this for both the cast milled and the laser milled, and it's producing about £1,000 per month with pretty great results. That's objection handling in an email. Some would argue that including this section here that links them away from the site is not optimized for conversion because they're going to be off the site and they might get distracted. But we've tested this and we found that including FedEx's shipping increased the conversion rate. And our belief behind that was that people just needed more proof to our claim. And that seems to have worked. Okay, so the third and final email that we're going to talk about today is the discount email. Some customers, they just won't purchase without a better offer. There's kind of no way around that, but it's important to handle all of the other objections before that. We don't want to be giving away our products and selling the products and losing margin where we could have sold them for full price. That's the belief that we stand on here at Ascension Mail for all of our clients. We try and avoid just slinging out discounts left, right, and center as much as possible because we believe that if we provide enough proof, social proof, and benefit-driven copy, customers will purchase without discounts. The caveat, obviously, some won't. And if it makes sense for your business to offer a discount and to offer an increased offer, then we agree and we would just put it as late in the sequences as possible. We want these emails to also be as simple as possible. You'll notice simplicity is really key with a lot of emails because we just want them getting back onto the site and back into the ecosystem. We don't want them getting distracted by a bunch of different things in the email. We just want to have one offer and one thing for the customer to do. We don't want to overload them. So as you can see here, again, above the fold, we have what offer they're going to get, a CTA, provide them the code, show them what's in their cart, give them another CTA, and then add a little bit of scarcity to it. A really, really basic email, but the results show. So as you can see here, 60% open rates for both the cast milled wedge and the laser milled wedge, and then 30% click-through rates and around about 10% placed order rates. So producing around £4,000 there. So as you can see, pretty amazing results from, again, a really, really basic email. As I said though, ideally, you want to handle all other objections before price, if possible. Test all of this as much as you can and see what is the most profitable and revenue generating for your business. But that is the principle that we follow. We want to remind the customers that they have a product to check out. If that doesn't get them, we want to handle any objections possible, and then we want to increase their offer and provide them a better offer so long as it's profitable and it makes sense. So that's kind of the content of abandoned checkout sequences, just in a nutshell. Okay, great. So now we know what to actually include in our abandoned checkout sequences. Here's the more kind of technical stuff on the best practices and best ways to set them up and how you can find more profitable ways to have it. And most of the time it's just through relevance. It's a real big key here, especially with a lot of email. You want things to be as personalized and relevant to the customer as possible, and optimized for conversion. So looking at conditional and trigger splits, we'll look at the first, just one trigger split here, which is one I already mentioned earlier, and that's just splitting the abandoned checkout sequences per the category of product, right? So to create that relevance and show the customer exactly what they were looking at, we want to separate it. So you can see here, we've got a trigger split, and it's just based off the collection. So if their cart contains cast milled wedges, they're going to get sent down the cast milled side. If it contains laser milled wedges, they're going to get sent down the laser milled side. Most of the time, the customers here aren't going to be purchasing both of the products. If they do, they're just going to get sent down the first line if they've got cast milled in their cart. But for majority of customers, they're going to be purchasing one or the other for this client here. So this is why we have the trigger split here, just so we can have relevant messaging, and then also relevance in terms of the images that we're showing and the social proof that we're showing. We don't want to be showing cast milled reviews for someone who's checking out a laser milled product and vice versa. So that's why trigger splits are important in this instance here. Okay, so that's just one instance there. We're going to talk about another instance here. This is for a different client. This is for a sports nutrition business, but the same principle applies, and we actually have this in the golf business as well. We have the abandoned checkout split as well into purchases and non-purchases, because you want your messaging and or the way you speak to those customers is going to be different. If they don't know about your products already, you want to be educating them. If they're an existing customer, you want to speak to them differently, and that's what you can see here. So a conditional split has placed an order 0 times over all time. If they've placed an order 0 times, yes, they'll go down the yes column, and then obviously if they've placed an order more than once or more than 0 times, they're going to get sent down the no line. So that's the first part, just splitting between purchases and non-purchases. Again, just messaging is going to be different. The next part here is a trigger split based off a free shipping threshold. So this client here, they offer free shipping over £50 for their order. And as you can see here, majority of customers, their first-time purchases are already above that free shipping threshold. So being able to tell the customer, we're shipping your current order for free, that's a lot of value for that customer, because nobody likes paying shipping, obviously. So, and that's reflected in the open rates, 80% open rates and 20% click-through rates for this email here. Essentially just saying like, hey, we're shipping your order for free. It's not a free shipping code or anything like that. They've just already qualified based off their order value. So that's performing at like 6 times the amount as this email here. And then we've got that same setup here, almost identical, but just with slightly different messaging for for existing customers. So you can see here, value of their cart is less than 50, they get sent down this line. More than 50, they're going to get sent down this line. And again, not a whole lot of volume here, so this open rate might not be 100% reflected as they scale and more customers are going through it, but pretty amazing. 100% open rate there with 20% click-through rate, 16% placed order rate, and then a little bit like maybe 2.5 times the performance of the other email. So having a trigger split like that, a really basic one that just already provides like a value proposition that your business gives your customers, just showing that in an email produces amazing results, which is where the power of like conditional and trigger splits come in, and that's why they're really important that you have them set up in your business. Okay, last but not least, timing delays and flow filters. As I said, I'm not going to cover these in this video. Timing delays are very straightforward. Just use a conditional split, have it split to be like 50-50. So 50% of your customers go one way, 50% of your customers go the other way. And then have two different timing delays to the same email. So that essentially just do that on the first email, and you can check and see which timing delay works best for conversion. That's really straightforward. If you don't understand what I just said, there's plenty of videos online. Go check them out, and they'll break that down into a full video for you. Flow filters, on the other hand, I've done a full video on this, and I'll link it in the description. As I said earlier, it's called Abandoned Flow Synergy, and it just shows you exactly how to set up all of your abandoned flows so that you're not spamming your customers with multiple flows at the same time. I see a lot of agencies and businesses get this wrong, and you'll add a product to your cart and you'll receive an added to cart flow and an abandoned browse flow and sometimes even an abandoned site flow. So watch that video. It goes into real depth on how to set it up and how to make sure that you're definitely not spamming your customers with emails. Alright, so that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you found some value out of it. If you run an e-commerce company in the UK, EU, or Australia, and you're in the golf, coffee, or sports and nutrition industries, and you want to work with us so that we can set all of this stuff up for you, and you don't have to do a thing, just click the first link in the description and book a call with me. So we guarantee a 10 to 20% increase in attributable email revenue in the first 60 days, and if we don't hit that, we'll refund you in full. There's more details on what the call's actually about once you click through the link. But it's not a sales call. I don't ask you to get your card out at the end. That's a promise of mine. It's more just to see if we'll work well together and if we can actually help your business at all. So again, I hope you found the video helpful. And if you manage a brand, hope to speak with you soon. Take it easy. Bye.